Even if you have never sewn anything, like it's your first time of learning fashion, it's your first time of getting a fabric, it's your first time of having a sewing machine, you can sew this style. You don't need any pattern for this. You only need just few measurements, no lining, no that, and you are good to go. Okay, today we're going to be making this beautiful, amazing top. All you need is approximately 1 yard of fabric. For me, I'm going to be using 1 yard and 9 inches of fabric. Now, basically, this is all I'm going to be needing. Just my tape, my scissors, my chalk, my ruler, and then the fabric itself. First time of coming across any of my tutorial, if this is your first time of coming across this video, welcome to this channel. This is Mabel, and here we share simple and easy tutorial for beginners and even advanced. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video so you'll be notified anytime I upload new tutorials. So let's get to this. So this is the Ankara I'm going to be using, and it's a very big and quality Ankara which does not require any lining to make this basic top. So if you're using a very low quality Ankara fabric, you can equally add lining to it to give it more quality. Like I said, you can use 1 yard of Ankara fabric, but to be on a safer side, you can add some inches to it depending on how lengthy you want it or how long you want the sleeve to be. So for me, I'm using 1 yard and 9 inches, and this is the measurement. This is 1 yard, and this is 9 inches, almost 9 inches. Now, this is the wrong side of my Ankara fabric. I'll go ahead to indicate that. Now, this style does not have a shoulder slant, but because my fabric has a diagram on it, I cannot just turn it anyhow or turn it upside down. Now, if you're working with a fabric that has pattern or that has some drawing, you be careful on how you're drafting and cutting it. So for mine, I have a bed. So I'm going to be dividing here into two so that I'll be able to turn this so that the beds will be facing the right way. Okay, so this is it. I'll go ahead to fold the fabric into two like this. Then I'll cut it from this side. Ideally, you're not supposed to cut it. The shoulder does not have any joint. But since mine has pattern, it has a bed. If I'm going to be doing it without cutting the shoulder, the beds are going to turn upside down. You see the way it is showing? It is upside down while the front, it is correct. I don't know if you understand. So I'm going to be cutting it through from here so that the beds are going to be facing the right way. Okay, so I've gone ahead to separate it into two. So one is going to be for the front, one is going to be for the back. Now, this is what I was trying to explain. Now, facing you, you notice that the bed is standing correct and all of that. But if I was to turn it, you find out that the bed is upside down this way. If I was to turn it like this, the beds are now upside down. You get. I'll fold the other one, which is going to serve as the back or still the front. Anyone, they're all going to be having and taking the same measurement. Okay, now let me explain it for the last time for those that will not understand. If you notice, the right top here and the right top here are facing the same direction, right? So if I place this facing the same direction, one of the bed, then the back pattern, it means the bed is going to be facing upside down. You see, this is facing correct, but this is facing the wrong way. Okay, now for these two beds to align, like to be facing the same way, I have to turn this one this way like this. You see it? So after turning it this way, you notice that the beds are all facing the same direction. Okay, so I've wanted to place it, both the front and back are sitting on the same line. Now our measurement is going to be starting from this line. So now this is the measurement I'm going to be working with. My shoulder measurement of 21 inches. That's including the sleeve. Everything is inside this 21. Then the top length is 18 inches. I'm going to be adding extra 2 inches allowance for hemming and stitching, which is approximately giving me 20. Then the upper hip measurement, that's my highest round body measurement, is 42 inches. Okay, so now this is going to be our shoulder line and our starting point line. So I'll place my tape there and measure down to the length I am working with. Remember, I said 18 inches, and then I'm adding extra 2 inches allowance to it for sewing and hemming. You can decide to make it 21. It all depends on what you want to achieve. I'm going to be using 20. The next thing I want to do is to measure my shoulder measurement, which is 21 inches. Just go ahead to mark 21 inches here. And the shoulder stand I'm going to be doing for this is just going to be 1.5. Now I'll go ahead to mark my neckline. I'll make use of 3.5. And for the back, I'll be doing 1 inch. For the front, I'm going to be doing 3 inches. Now for the front again, I'll go in by half an inch because I want it to have a V opening at the front area. And I'll go down from the shoulder line. I'll measure how deep I want it to be. Now I'll be using 7 inches. From this half an inch, I'll connect it to this point. And this 1.5 inches I came down with for the shoulder slam, I'll connect it to this neckline. I'll go up by half an inch to add my joining allowance. And I'll come here too, I'll mark half an inch. Now I'll go ahead to do my sleeve opening, and the sleeve opening I'm working with is 9 inches. The sleeve opening I'm working with is 18 inches. 18 inches divided by 2 is going to give us 9. So I'll go ahead to mark 9 plus half inch joining allowance, so 9.5. On the full length, remember I'm working with 40, so I have to divide it by 4, which is 10.5, 10.5. Now you can add many allowance you want. You can add 2 inches, you can add 3 inches. For me, the 42 inches I'm using is already big enough, so I'm just going to be adding 1 inch, which is going to be 7 as the weaving and hemming allowance and stitching allowance. On this armhole opening point, I'm going to be marking the same thing I have here plus 1 inch. Extend the line straight out this way, roll it downward. Now from here, I'll create a very good curve to blend into the line. Now this is something you can do with your free hand. Best to do it with your free hand. Now mind you, if you're not okay with what you have, you can redo it as many times as possible. Yeah, I'm just trying to try the upper part to see which one I'm going to be choosing from. Like I said, you can try different angles to be sure of what you want before cutting. This is perfectly okay, so I'm going to be going with this one. 1 inch allowance to the lower part here. Now instead of allowing this to waste, I'm just going to be using it as my hemming allowance. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Very simple. Now I took my time to explain this thing because this is very easy and straight to the point. Take a screenshot if you want to, but this is one of the best and easiest sewing tutorial you're going to see on the space of this internet, and this is one of the best and easiest sewing tutorial you can try as somebody who is learning or as somebody who likes to sew for his or herself. Now I'll cut out the back neckline first. Now I'll raise it up to cut out the front neckline. You notice the way I am raising it up so you don't mistakenly cut out the back part. Notch the back. Now before I open it up, I'll go ahead to cut out the interfacing for both the front and the back. I'll use this direction and see. Now if there's a method of cutting interfacing that works for you, please use the method. But this is how I go about mine. I have 1 inch, so I'll go ahead to open it up with 1 inch. You can decide to just do 1 inch, 1 inch all the way down. But I'm just going to be using my free hand to create something like this. You get. So when I open it up, this is it. This is perfect. Now I'll do the same thing for the back parts. Now I used 1 inch for the front. I'm also going to be using the same 1 inch for the back. To do 1 inch all the way around. I'm going to weave this side. Now here I'm going to be hemming it, so there's no need of weaving it. I'm going to be weaving here before we start the sewing proper. Okay, so I'm done weaving it. I weaved this side, I weaved here, I also weaved this other side of the shoulder and also the side of the bodice. Now I did not weave here because I'm going to be double folding it, and also did not weave the full length because I am going to be double folding it. This is the front and this is the back, right? So I'll go ahead to place it right side facing each other. Now for the interfacing, there are different ways of attaching your interfacing to your bodies. Now you can decide to take it to your sewing machine and stitch it all the way round like this, and do the same thing for the front. Or basically you can stitch the interfacing separately, you stitch them together, then also stitch the body separately, then you now turn them together, which is what I'm going to be doing. Now this is it right side facing each other. I'll place it on the shoulder area. Now I'll take it to my sewing machine. I'll stitch it with this 1/2 inch sewing allowance I added on the shoulder area. And I'm going to be repeating the same thing on this side as well. Okay, so for the interfacing as well, this is the back part. I'll go ahead to place the front on it this way. I'll stitch it on the shoulder area with 1/2 inch. And then I'll come back to show us the next thing to do. And this is the interfacing after I was done stitching it, the front and the back part. Now this is how we're going to join it. I'll open the main dress this way. Now I'll go ahead to place the interfacing right side facing right side. I'll start by pinning the shoulder area together. I'll match the shoulder area of the interfacing and that of the main dress together. Now this is the back. I notched the both sides, so I'll also align it together. Now I'll do the same thing for the front part as well. But first of all, align this edge together, pin it, align this other side as well. That way it will enable the interfacing to relax very well. Then you go ahead to pin it up. Okay, now this is it. Now I'll take it to my sewing machine. I'll stitch it all the way around from one end to the other. Now while I am stitching it, I'm going to stitch it together with my hemming gum, so when I come pressing it, it's going to be very easy for me to iron. I am done stitching it, and this is what it looks like with the hemming gum. Now go ahead to notch all this part. I'll notch it so when you turn it to the right side, they all will relax very well. I'll notch it all round. Now I'll turn it to the right side this way and give it a good press. Bring out this part this way, and then I'll iron it all around. Now after I'm done ironing it, with 1/2 inch, I'll go ahead to shape it, and I'll also do the same thing on this other side. Okay, so after giving it a good press, this is the result. Now to finish up this dress, I take it to your sewing machine, fold it once, and further fold it again this way. You're going to do it all around. Firstly, you're going to be repeating the same thing on this side, and we're going to be doing the same thing here. Go ahead to fold it once, further fold it again, and you're going to stitch it all the way around. Thank you for watching. If you did not learn anything from this class, then you are not paying attention. This tutorial, well detailed, straight to the point. I did not skip any parts and it was not fast. Do well to come back for our tutorial for day 5. Subscribe to this channel, share this video, and drop your comment.